It's been quite a week for movie theaters as millions of people either Barbie or Oppenheimer, which has now been deemed as Barbenheimer. But believe it or not, there's another movie worth watching this weekend if you're a fan of scary movies like myself. And we're happy to have our TV and film critic Elliot Collins with us this morning. How you doing, my man?
Doing great. Hot, but I'm doing good.
Hot is the word. Hot and scared. Scary heat. Now, first, before we move into the scary movie that's coming out, I got to ask you your take on Barbenheimer. What was you saw both movies, so give me a synopsis.
Well, let's start a little light with Barbie.
Okay.
This is Greta Gerwig bringing in this character that we've all known for many, many years, and she has two big stars, Margot Robbie, Ryan Gosling, an incredible cast. And this is just, you think it might have just been like superficial and just kind of surface level fun family film, but this has a lot like depth to it. It's a lot of character stuff going on. It's a lot of reflection going on. It's still a fun time, don't get me wrong, but it is a really fun film that a lot of people were dressing up in their pinks and having a good time enjoying it. Then later in the evening, you transition into Christopher Nolan's.
Into the heavy stuff.
Yeah, you got the serious stuff going on here. And this, I'm a big fan of Christopher Nolan. I think this is his best work to date. And this cast is incredible. Cillian Murphy, Emily Blunt, Florence Pugh, Matt Damon. I mean, all of Hollywood's in this film, but rightfully so, because this is a serious film about one of the most important people in human history, the father of the atomic bomb. And Christopher Nolan just dives so deep into the character stuff, but also from a technical standpoint, this is one of the most amazing films I've personally ever seen in theaters. So both great films I recommend. And
now I gotta go see
Wear
it.
your pink, wear your
I
Oppenheimer
have my Barbie
hats,
shirt. You could thank Laura. Laura, my show sister.
There you go.
Had me all decked out in my Kennergy shirt and stuff.
Hey, it's worth it. They're both event movies that I highly recommend seeing.
Okay, so let's get into my realm. My specialty is horror films.
Same.
And so you got another film coming out.
Yeah.
Talk to me about it. Is it worth seeing? Because I take it you've already seen it, right?
Yeah, so I'm a big horror fan myself, and I know we celebrate Christmas early, right? Early in the summer.
Correct.
We can, celebrate Halloween, Summerween is like what I like to call it. So this is a horror film. Again, there's a lot of tropes in horror films when you see so many of them, and it's like, oh, what can they do new? This takes the idea of like talking and conjuring spirits and puts it on its head in a very interesting way. The premise alone is worth seeing, but it's actually a horror film that is scary. You're gonna have a tough time sleeping at night after you see this film. These characters are just so fun. You root for them. Ooh. You're on the edge of your seat while they're going through this whole situation with this hand that can talk to the dead. And I'm telling you all, your fears will be highlighted after you see this film. So you might have to go to the doctor to get that, that sleeping mechanism, because it's gonna be a tough time.
When does this drop? I gotta see this.
This is out today.
Today.
So this weekend.
Well, I know
Talk
what
to
I'm
Me is in
doing
theaters
today.
this weekend.
I'm going to see it.
Very scary movie.
So we got scary movies happening today. We're getting ready to end the month of July. We're getting ready to hit August. And so new month, new movies. What's coming out? What's happening next month?
I mean, you got Jason Statham coming back to fight a shark in Meg 2. So, I mean, it's what dreams are made of, seeing those type of B movies. Then you have Blue Beetle. So, any of my DC fans, the new character to the big screen. It's kind of the equivalent to Spider-Man, but in the DC universe. So we're going to get that kind of energy and that type of excitement from that character. And then the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm a kid of the 90s. This is an animated version of the characters.
Nintendo.
I love the characters. Think of Spider-Verse in a sense as far as the aesthetic and the style of the animation, but also think of the heart that film had. So if you're a fan of the characters, you love your pizza, you love your Ninja Turtles, this is definitely a family film that everyone can enjoy that I really had a good time seeing. That will be available in a couple weeks in theaters.
Elliot, we got to talk more movies after this, but I want to thank you so much for joining us this morning. Of course, we're going to post this segment at kmov.com/greatday following the show, but until now, send it back to you.